Biella is not in crisis. Biella is already in two pieces. And when I sit across the table from a buyer in Munich or Amsterdam, the word Biella is still being used as if it meant one thing. Stay with me on this. Biella is the worsted wool capital of Italy, has been for over a century. Carded and recycled wool sits in Prato. Two different specialties, two different stories. Today we are on the worsted side. Inside that one district, two things are happening at the same time, and they are pulling apart. One side, the luxury wool segment, vertically integrated mills, premium buyers, EBITDA margins for the top 10 Lanifici expanded from 11% in 2019 to 15% in 2023. The other side, the mid-market, non-integrated mills. Average EBITDA margins down from 12.4% in 2021 to 9.1% in 2024. Energy costs 40% above the EU average. Volatile demand from China. Same district, two completely different trajectories. Here is where it gets interesting. This is not a story about a district in trouble. This is the story of a district that no longer exists as one thing. When you talk about Biella in a procurement meeting in the German-speaking market, you are using one word for two completely different supplier categories. One that can absorb energy costs and pass them through to luxury customers. One that cannot and is being slowly priced out of its own market. The word is the same. The reality behind it has separated, and the buyer who does not see this ends up making the wrong call without knowing it. You see it clearly in the numbers. Now watch this. 14,200 direct workers in the district today, 18,500 in 2010. That is a 23% drop in 15 years. But here is the number that tells the real story. 38% of the workers are over 55 years old. Only 9% is under 30. The average weaver is 52. Let that sit with you for a second. These numbers cover the district as a whole, both sides, luxury and mid-market. But they hit the mid-market harder, because the luxury mills have margin to hire, to train, to integrate. The mid-market mills are running out of margin to do any of the three. This is not a bad quarter. This is a structural realignment that will probably be visible only after it is finished. Quick one before we go deeper. If this is landing for you, hit the like. And if you made it this far, leave a ring emoji in the comments. Those who know me know why. For everyone else, stay curious. You will figure it out. I do not read this like a market analyst. I read it from where I sit. I am a textile sales representative. I sit between Italian wool mills and brands across the German-speaking market and the Benelux. Every day. That position has one advantage. I am close enough to the district to see what is happening, but outside enough to call it what it is. And here is what I see. That the headlines on Biella are not connecting. The bifurcation is not a forecast. It is already in the supplier behavior. The luxury side is hiring. The mid-market side is delaying decisions. Both signals reach me before they reach the procurement deck of a buyer in Munich or Amsterdam. For a buyer there, this matters in one specific way. The supplier you wrote down 12 months ago, listed under Biella, may not be in the same business anymore. Not because they closed, because they have been pulled to one side of the split, and the procurement system may not have caught it yet. So 3 things to take from this. 1. Biella in 2026 is not one district. It is 2. Luxury and mid-market are no longer comparable suppliers. They price differently, they integrate differently, they absorb energy costs differently. 2. If you are on the buyer side, ask your Biella supplier which side of the split they are on. If they cannot answer cleanly, vertical integration, yes or no. Energy hedging in place, yes or no. Luxury client base direct, yes or no. You may be paying mid-market structure for luxury narrative. Or the reverse. Both are wrong. 3. If you are on the mill side, vertical integration is no longer a strategic option. It is the line between staying and leaving. Filature plus weaving plus finishing under one roof is the discriminator. I want to know what you think. If you are a buyer working with Italian wool mills, have you started seeing the split in your supplier base? Tell me below. And one more thing before I let you go. Tomorrow, Dior shows the cruise collection at LACMA in Los Angeles, Jonathan Anderson's first cruise show. 1 week later, Louis Vuitton does its own cruise in New York. 2 French maisons, 1 American coast, 1 week apart. Why? Because the customer that the mid-market in Biella cannot reach anymore is the same customer the luxury maisons are chasing now. The split in Biella is one end of the chain. The cruise shows in LA are the other. The next video unpacks that. On my right, when it goes up. On my left, the video on raw wool prices from a couple of weeks ago. Wool up 74% year-on-year in dollar terms. That is the macro force pulling the Biella split wider every quarter. Watch them in order. They tell one story. Stay curious. Talk soon.